Have you ever walked into your living room, maybe carrying a cup of tea or holding the phone, and felt that tiny moment of panic as your foot brushed against something on the floor? Maybe it was a magazine, a small rug, or the edge of a coffee table. You catch yourself and think, that was close. For many of us over 60, little moments like this can feel more frequent, and the idea of falling becomes more real. You're not alone. In fact, the living room, our most comfortable, familiar space, can sometimes be one of the riskiest places in the house if it's cluttered or poorly arranged. I know how comforting a cozy living room can be. It's where family gathers, where we relax, where memories live in framed photos and keepsakes. But as we get older, the things that once made our living room feel like home can quietly turn into obstacles. It's not about living a minimal life or throwing away everything you love. It's about making smart changes so the room stays safe while still feeling like yours. Think of it as giving your living room a little tune-up for this new stage of life. In this video, we're going to talk about how to make your living room a safer space without losing its warmth and personality. I'll share practical tips that you can start using today to reduce the risk of falls and accidents. These aren't big renovations or expensive projects. They're simple, doable changes that make a big difference. And the best part is, you'll still feel comfortable and proud of your space, just with more peace of mind. Let's start with the first thing most people don't even realize contributes to falls: too much stuff on the floor and too many traffic jams between furniture. Over the years, living rooms collect more than memories. They collect stacks of magazines, baskets of blankets, extra side tables, decorative stools, maybe even exercise equipment or a sewing basket. Each item has a reason for being there, but together they can create a maze. And when you're walking in low light or with less balance than you used to have, that maze becomes a real hazard. One simple way to reduce risk is to clear pathways. This doesn't mean making the room look bare. It means thinking about how you naturally move through it. Walk from the doorway to your favorite chair. Is there anything sticking out into your path? Maybe a footstool, a plant stand, or even a low decorative bench. Try moving or removing just one or two of these items. You'll be amazed at how much easier and safer it feels. A friend of mine, Helen, did this after tripping over the corner of a storage ottoman. She loved that ottoman, but after moving it to the other side of the room, she found she didn't miss it as much as she thought. She still had her storage, but she also had peace of mind. Another sneaky culprit is small rugs and floor coverings. They can add beauty and warmth, but loose edges or slippery backs can turn them into skating rinks for your feet. If you love your rugs, don't worry, you don't have to get rid of them. Instead, secure them with non-slip backing or rug tape, or choose heavier rugs that naturally stay in place. And if there are rugs in high traffic areas that you're not deeply attached to, consider removing them altogether. Your living room will still feel cozy with fewer tripping hazards, especially if you add a soft throw blanket over your chair or sofa for that touch of warmth. Lighting is another factor many people overlook. Our eyes change as we age. What felt bright enough at 40 may feel dim at 70. Poor lighting means shadows, and shadows mean you're more likely to misjudge distances or miss a small object on the floor. Take a look at your living room lighting at night or early morning, the times you're most likely to move around without daylight. Is there a dark spot between your couch in the hallway, a corner lamp that hasn't worked in years? Adding a brighter bulb, a motion sensor lamp, or even a night light in key spots can make a world of difference. One viewer once told me they added a small plug-in light near their recliner and noticed immediately how much safer they felt walking to the kitchen in the evening. Another tip is to think about the furniture itself. Low coffee tables, sharp-edged side tables, and narrow gaps between furniture can all create obstacles. You don't have to refurnish your whole living room. Just start by checking the spacing. Could you slide your coffee table a few inches closer to the sofa so it's easier to reach? Could you move that sharp-edged side table away from the main walkway? Sometimes, even a small adjustment opens up space and reduces the risk of bumping into something or catching your foot. And while we're talking about furniture, let's not forget the importance of stable, supportive seating. As we age, getting up from a low or soft chair can be tricky, especially if you're trying to stand while holding something. Chairs with sturdy arms, firm cushions, and a height that allows you to stand easily can make your living room not only safer, but more comfortable. Think of it like giving yourself a helping hand every time you sit or stand. If replacing furniture isn't possible, you can add a firm cushion to a low chair or use a small armrest caddy to keep essentials within easy reach so you're not stretching or leaning awkwardly. Finally, take a moment to look at your cords and cables. Today, many of us have chargers, lamps, and electronics plugged in all around the room. Those cords, especially if they stretch across walkways, are prime tripping hazards. Use cord covers or clips to keep them tucked against the wall or run them under furniture where they won't be underfoot. A viewer once wrote to me saying they tripped over a phone charger cord and ended up with a sprained wrist. It was such a small thing, but it made a huge impact. After they secured their cords, they said it felt like a weight had been lifted. They could walk freely again without scanning the floor. Making these changes isn't about stripping away your comfort or style. It's about adapting your living space to support you. You've built a life full of memories, and your home should reflect that. But it should also protect you and make you feel confident moving around. Think of it as a gift to your future self. A few thoughtful adjustments now can prevent a fall that might set you back months. In recovery, when you begin to see your living room through the lens of safety, it's empowering. You're not just reacting to aging, you're proactively shaping your environment to fit your needs today. And that sense of control, that feeling of, "I've got this," is priceless. It lets you enjoy your home fully, without that little whisper of worry every time you walk from one side of the room to the other. You might be surprised how much calmer and more confident you feel once those first changes are in place. Clearing pathways, securing rugs, improving lighting, checking your seating, and taming those cords, it's like giving your living room a gentle breath of fresh air. And as you start to notice the difference, it naturally makes you curious about what else you can do to make your space even friendlier to your future self. One powerful shift comes from looking up instead of just down. Shelves, mantels, and low bookcases can accumulate decorations, plants, stacks of papers, or even old electronics. These things may not sit on the floor, but if they're overloaded or unstable, they can still pose a hazard. A heavy frame perched on a teetering shelf or a tall stack of magazines on a low bookcase can topple if you brush against it or try to reach something behind it. Taking a quiet afternoon to sort through those shelves, dusting, rearranging, and removing what you no longer need lightens both the look of the room and the potential risks. One woman I spoke with said she always felt anxious passing her crowded mantel because she worried a vase would fall. When she simplified it to a few meaningful items, the whole room felt more serene and open. Another overlooked area is the space between where you sit and where you keep everyday items. Think about how often you stretch for a remote, reading glasses, knitting supplies, or your phone. That leaning and reaching may seem harmless, but it's easy to lose your balance when twisting your body or standing up quickly to grab something. A simple fix is to create a safe zone within arm's reach of your main seating. A small basket or caddy that sits securely on a table arm, a sturdy side table at the right height, or even a soft pouch on the side of your chair can keep essentials right where you need them. Not only does it cut down on movement that might lead to a stumble, it also makes your living space feel more organized and peaceful. While you're thinking about convenience, consider your pathways at night. Even with better lighting, the layout of your living room can feel very different in the dark or when you're a little sleepy. Many falls happen on those late night or early morning trips to the kitchen or bathroom. Visualize that path from your favorite chair to the hallway, from the hallway to the front door. Could you simplify it even more? Moving a chair a few inches, shifting a plant stand to a corner, or creating a clear line of travel can make those nighttime movements almost automatic without the need to navigate obstacles. And remember that our balance and reaction time change subtly over time. It's easy to underestimate how quickly a small bump can turn into a fall. Something as innocent as a pet toy, a dropped slipper, or a delivery package left inside the door can become a problem if your space is already tight. Some people make a simple daily habit of scanning their living room floor before they settle in for the evening, a quick look for anything out of place. This takes less than a minute, but dramatically reduces the chance of a surprise hazard. It's also worth looking at the height of things you use regularly. Low coffee tables aren't the only challenge. Low storage baskets, heavy photo albums, or boxes of craft supplies kept under furniture can force you to bend or squat in awkward positions. If you can, bring frequently used items up to waist or shoulder level, where you can reach them easily. Reserve lower shelves for lighter things you rarely need. This small change can prevent the kind of back strain or imbalance that leads to falls. Finally, let's talk about emotional attachment, because decluttering isn't just about moving objects, it's about making peace with them. Many of us over 60 have decades of keepsakes, gifts and treasures that hold meaning. It can feel uncomfortable to think about removing or relocating them. But making your living room safer doesn't have to mean saying goodbye to everything you love. It might mean displaying fewer items at a time, rotating them seasonally, or moving fragile pieces to a secure display cabinet. One couple I know created a beautiful memory wall in a hallway for family photos, freeing up their living room walls and surfaces. They said it not only made the room feel bigger and safer, but also turned that hallway into a little gallery they enjoy every day. These steps are about creating a living space that supports you, instead of challenging you. By paying attention to shelves, everyday reach zones, night pathways, low storage and sentimental displays, you're adding another layer of safety and comfort. You're also giving yourself more breathing room literally and emotionally in the space where you likely spend the most time. As you keep making these gentle adjustments, you'll start to notice something. Your living room feels not just safer but lighter and more welcoming. You walk more easily, sit and stand more confidently, and enjoy your space without scanning for hazards. That's the real goal, not perfection, not a magazine-worthy makeover, but a home that lets you relax fully because you know it's set up to keep you safe. By now, you can probably picture how your living room might look and feel once these small but thoughtful changes are in place. It's no longer about just removing things. It's about shaping a space that's truly on your side. And once you've cleared pathways, tamed cords, simplified shelves, and brought essentials within easy reach, there's still one more layer to making your living room the safest, most welcoming spot in your home, creating habits that keep it that way. A safe living room isn't something you set and forget. Life keeps moving, new books arrive, gifts from grandchildren pile up, and a new hobby might bring in baskets of supplies. That's why developing a gentle routine is so powerful. Instead of waiting until clutter builds up, you might take 5 minutes every evening to do a quick scan of the room, straighten a rug, tuck away a charger, move a delivery box to a corner. This tiny ritual becomes second nature, like brushing your teeth. Over time, your living room stays open and safe without big efforts or stressful cleaning days. Another habit that helps is asking for a hand when moving or lifting things. It's easy to think, I've always done this myself, but furniture, even light pieces, can shift awkwardly or tip when you're tired or distracted. If you need to rearrange or bring something new into the room, wait until a friend, neighbor, or family member can help. You'll not only protect your back and balance, but also turn it into a social moment, another set of eyes to help you decide what stays and what goes. Pets, grandchildren, and visitors can also affect how safe your living room feels. Toys, chew bones, and tiny socks have a way of sneaking into walkways. Having a designated basket or corner for these things makes a huge difference. When the grandkids leave or your pet is done playing, you have a simple spot to scoop everything into, keeping the floor clear and your mind at ease. It's also worth thinking about footwear inside the home. Many people slip because they're wearing socks or soft slippers with no grip. Investing in a pair of comfortable, non-slip indoor shoes can be a game changer. They don't have to be heavy or unattractive. Today there are many options that feel like slippers but grip like sneakers. Putting them on becomes part of your living room safety routine, just like turning on a lamp at dusk. And remember, your living room is more than just furniture and objects, it's an environment. Airy, uncluttered spaces with good lighting and thoughtful touches actually reduce stress and improve mood. When you can move easily without dodging obstacles or worrying about tripping, you feel freer, more in control, and more at peace. That emotional sense of safety is just as valuable as the physical safety you've created. All of these small choices add up to something bigger. Each adjustment, moving a rug, brightening a lamp, clearing a shelf, is like adding a layer of protection around yourself. It's a way of saying, I care about my well-being, and I'm setting myself up to enjoy my home for many more years. And it's not about perfection. Some days you'll have a little clutter. Some days a new delivery will sit by the door. That's life. The key is knowing you've set up your living room to handle it, and you have habits that help you get back to a safe baseline quickly. As you sit back and look around, you might feel proud. You've made your space not just prettier or tidier, but truly supportive of the life you're living now. That pride matters. It gives you confidence, and confidence leads to movement, socializing, hobbies, and everything else that keeps you healthy and happy. When your living room feels safe, you're more likely to invite friends over, play on the floor with your grandkids, or simply enjoy a quiet evening without that little knot of worry. If you're feeling inspired, start small. Pick one change today, maybe securing a rug or clearing a pathway, and notice how it feels. Share your experience with someone you trust. When friends see the difference, they might want to do the same in their homes. Together, you're creating a ripple effect of safer, happier living spaces for your generation. I'd also love to hear from you. What's one thing you've done in your home that's made it safer or easier to navigate? Your ideas can inspire others watching this video, and your story might be the push someone else needs to take that first step. So please, leave a comment below and share your tips or experiences. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more simple, practical ways to make life after 60 healthier, safer, and more joyful. Every week we share tips designed for you because you deserve a home and a life that support your independence and happiness. And most of all, remember this: small changes lead to big differences. You don't have to overhaul your living room overnight. Just start with one or two things, build habits that stick, and watch how your space transforms. Your living room can be a place where you feel secure, comfortable, and free, a space that lets you enjoy your days without fear of falling or injury. Here's to living your best life at any age, in a home that feels like both a sanctuary and a springboard for everything you love to do. Sometimes the smallest, most ordinary moments are the ones that change everything. Imagine sitting in your favorite chair, a cup of tea warming your hands, soft lights spilling across the room, and realizing you can stand up, walk to the kitchen and back without scanning the floor or feeling tense. That feeling freedom in your own home is what all these little adjustments are about. It's not about losing independence. It's about gaining it back in a new way. One of the most powerful steps you can take beyond physical changes is to invite others into the process. Not just to help lift furniture or secure a rug, but to help you look at your space with fresh eyes. Sometimes we stop seeing hazards because we've stepped over them for years. A trusted friend, adult child, neighbor, or even a visiting nurse can often spot risks we've overlooked. Turning this into a positive collaboration, help me make my living room safer so I can stay active and independent, can feel empowering, not intrusive. It also creates a sense of community around safety, making it less of a chore and more of a shared project. You might also consider adding a few subtle safety aids that blend with your decor. Modern technology has made this easier than ever. Low-profile motion lights that switch on automatically when you enter the room, grab bars disguised as elegant rails near doorways, or smart plugs that let you control lamps with your voice. All of these can be tucked into your living room without making it feel like a hospital. They're just another layer of quiet support, working in the background so you can focus on living, not worrying. And while you're thinking about support, don't forget your body itself, maintaining strength and balance. Through gentle exercise, like Tai Chi or simple chair exercises, makes every step in your living room steadier. It means you're not only reducing hazards in your space, but also increasing your own resilience. This dual approach, adapting your environment and strengthening yourself, is a powerful way to stay safe and active well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Many people find that after decluttering and reorganizing their living rooms, they're inspired to do the same in other parts of the house. It's as if one safe, clear space creates momentum for the rest. Maybe it's a hallway, a bedroom, or an entryway. Each time you remove a little obstacle or improve lighting, you're not just preventing falls, you're creating more room for life, for visitors, for laughter, for hobbies. Your home starts to feel like a partner rather than a challenge. Most importantly, give yourself credit. Change at any age takes courage and energy. By watching this video and taking even one small step toward a safer living room, you're investing in your future health, independence, and peace of mind. That's something to be proud of. You're not giving in to age, you're honoring yourself and your life by creating a space that truly fits who you are now. I'd love to hear about your journey. What's one change you're planning to make after watching this? Or what's a tip you can share that's helped you or a loved one stay safe at home? Leave a comment below so we can learn from each other. And if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more practical, uplifting tips designed especially for those of us navigating life after 60. Your living room should be your sanctuary, a place where you can relax, host friends, play with grandkids, or simply enjoy a quiet moment without fear. With a few thoughtful changes and habits, it can be exactly that. You deserve a home that supports you, protects you, and gives you joy every single day. So here's to you, to your safety, and to many more years of comfort and confidence in the heart of your home.